Starting. Welcome everyone to episode 3 of the Magia Record Podcast as part of the Speaking Anime Podcast. I am RisingSunReviews here with my good friend JordanTheCow here to talk about this episode and basically talk about episode 3 of the Magia Record Podcast. I have my audio for the podcast going. Speaking Anime Podcast. Okay, sorry about the echo there.
I'm JordanTheCow. Nice to meet you, everybody. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I appreciate it. Like Greg said, we're here to talk about Magia Record episode 3. This is my favorite episode so far for the post-credit scenes. If you know me, you know exactly why. If you don't know me, watch the scenes and you'll know a little bit about me.
And please don't watch this podcast without watching the episode first because we're spoiling everything basically.
We're spoiling it because I'm far too excited not to, and also this is a weekly discussion podcast thing where all we do is talk about and spoil what happens in the latest episode. But that's not your thing. Totally understand. Go watch the episode and come back.
Exactly.
We'll still be here. We're just a pre-recorded video.
Exactly. You know, it's fun to
people in the live chat. Then get out of here, go watch the episode, come back when it's pre-recorded.
I actually did kick my brother out of a chat once when he joined the chat for a podcast. I was doing no, go away. You don't want us to hear this. That was fun. Alright, so this episode we had more things with the Chain Witch, which might not be the witch, and we had Mommy at the end, and all kinds of friendship things and all that. And very interesting episode, more setup, more characters. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, so that's good.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is another really, really strong episode, which is really good, but still not a surprise for us so far, right? Because in my opinion, I'd say all three of these episodes have been really, really good. Obviously, the second episode out of the three is probably has the least going on, but even still, it was a well put together episode.
Yeah, I don't think I've been let down by either of these episodes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, hey, you know what? The show. Come on now. It may not actually be Shinbo, but it still has that Shinko touch to it, you know what I'm saying?
You can tell it's Shaft, you can tell it's Madoka. As long as that keeps up, I will not be disappointed.
Exactly. As long as it's in the Magica universe, I'm happy. And we have a Magica character now, so I'm even happier.
Yeah, we talked about this before the podcast, but I think we both picked up on it. The big twist for episode 3 of Madoka was that Mommy is killed, and the big twist for episode 3 of this is that Mommy is here.
Mm-hmm.
And we have no idea.
I was super excited.
Yeah. Out of all the characters, it kind of makes sense that she would be the one, but we still have no idea how this fits into the larger timeline of Madoka.
Shinbo said, we wanted Mommy for 12 episodes, but we just wanted her across 2 entirely different shows. And they made it happen. Let's go, Shaft.
Exactly. We interviewed Shinbo before this podcast. He told us that.
Yeah, I'm good friends with him. First name basis.
Do you even know his first name?
You know what, Greg? We're not going to get into that right now, okay? It's for RisingSunReviews.
Alright, then.
So, let's go ahead and get started on the actual episode discussion itself, though. Putting Mommy aside, we'll save that a little bit for later because that was literally the very last few frames of the episode itself. But starting off, we're introduced to the episode pretty, I don't know, I guess, calmly in a sense.
Yeah, it was...
Where it shows Uwe and her 2 friends in their hospital room.
Yeah, it was very weird because we were left on the cliffhanger last time, and I was like, wait, where are they showing these? Who are these girls?
Yeah, I was very confused. I thought that somehow I had slept for a week and I was actually watching episode 4.
I ended up well, when we found that Kaeda was no longer there, I went back to the last episode trying to see, wait, what exactly happened there?
Mm-hmm.
And now it almost makes sense.
Yeah. The fact that Kaeda and Kaeda got taken in, but Ren didn't was weird because I thought that Ren was the one who was getting surrounded by the Chain Witch. I don't know.
Yeah, I think what it was is that Ren could see the Chain Witch, but Kaeda, ever how you pronounce it, is the one who was actually taken by it.
They kept saying Kaede, I think, or Kaede. Kaede, I don't know. I'm in a Japanese class and I still feel like I'm gonna mess it up anyways and that people are gonna call me a weeaboo and shit, so whatever.
This is not the worst. I've done other podcasts where I just change the character's name so we can pronounce them.
Exactly. So, anyway, we're introduced to the episode nonetheless. in a hospital room with two girls who hadn't been introduced before this, and then what we can assume is Ui. And they are talking about making the perpetual, like, energy or, like, motion machine or whatever it was.
Right.
And how they were saying, like, if humanity can figure out how to make infinite energy or, like, a perpetual moving machine, like, we could basically control the universe, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then they quickly figure it out.
They even made a comment, like, how did humans miss this simple thing?
Yeah.
When a perpetual motion machine is, like, by definition, impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Which... This ties into something that might be stretching a lot, but in the first series, the reason that kyubey was doing what he was doing was like fight against the loss of entropy in the universe, which is the loss of useful energy. And a perpetual motion machine creates energy basically out of nothing. So I'm wondering if the fact that they did this ties into magic at all.
It could for sure. I mean, hey, you never know. You never know. I mean, Ui is just a bit... Right now, aside from the name Ui and that she probably has pink hair, Ui is a big question mark on this playing field. There's a lot going on. Ui is a big question mark. Her two friends are question marks as well, because we know basically next to nothing about them either.
Right.
And
they're both,
any of them could be magical girls as far as we know. We have no idea.
Yeah, I still think Ui is, but we'll talk about my reason for that a little bit more later.
Alright, so I will say one quick little thing about the intro segment before we hop into the meat of the episode, was their use of the like 3D CGI during the books and the actual motion machine.
Oh yeah, like following it around.
Was really, really well done.
It was. Yeah, there's like a lot of cool shots. I'm trying to like include that in screenshots here, so you might be seeing that, though I don't know exactly where we're at right now. Oh no, that's not at all where we're at. Okay.
But, anywho, I mean, we can kind of continue into, like, the post-opening shots whenever you're ready, if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
So, I mean, I think pretty much after that, we're greeted by them trying to go to the coordinator's office is, like, the next big part, right? They try to go meet up with the coordinator, and they're like, oh, she's not here. Turns out she's treating some chick or whatever.
Oh, something about that...
like, the counseling thing.
Something else about the first scene, that was actually Tamaki's dreaming it all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, like, she did not know what was going on and all that.
Oh, you mean, like, the actual hospital itself?
Yeah, or, like...
Yeah. I thought you meant, like, about them seeing the coordinator was a dream. I was like, dude, I don't think you were paying attention. I was like, she was awake.
I mean, I probably didn't fall asleep while watching this. Maybe I dreamed the entire episode.
Who knows? I mean, this show is hard to think about while you're awake anyways, so Shinbo had to have been dreaming when he thought of the original Madoka.
I think I actually might have had a dream last night inspired by Madoka, but yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Alright, well, nonetheless, so the initial hospital sequence was a dream in Tamaki's mind. Heading into the next little bit that we had, we met the coordinator for the first time. She was a really interesting character. We haven't learned almost anything about her either, besides her job seems to be like as they mentioned in the past episodes, like a counselor therapist kind of position,
right?
Almost leaning into like a more physical therapy as well.
Yeah, especially
with, like people's actual physical soul gems and stuff.
Yeah, like I've never seen a character before like affect people's soul gems or like being able to like whatever she did. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, there was a lot going on. It was very, very good though.
Yeah, give us a lot more questions.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then I think shortly after that, we actually finally do hop into the battle versus the quote Chain Witch after they figure out how to actually get into the fight itself.
So basically, like summoning it through like the cursed staircase and breaking up as friends and then apologizing. And we got a lot of really interesting stuff with Rena's sort of apology to Kaeda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kaeda and Rena's relationship is very interesting, and I'm pretty excited to see where it evolves to throughout the show. Hopefully we get to see some more of that character growth there, because I definitely feel like those are going to be two characters that kind of... I feel like they're like a Sayaka and Kyoko almost relationship, where they don't look like they're going to be very good friends at the start, and then by the end, they're like besties. So I'm very excited to see how that goes.
And we've also, something different here as opposed to Saika and Kyoko, is that here, like, they've known each other for at least some period of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. They've definitely been friends. It sounds like they've been friends for a reasonable amount of time. It's kind of hard to tell how long they've all known each other, aside from Tamaki being fairly new to the group, obviously only being introduced within the last episode or two. But even still, I mean, I think that Rana and Kaede are going to be like a Saika and Kyoko thing towards the end, but we'll see. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, lots of places they could go with this.
Yeah, it's a Shaft Studios creation, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they did not do normal shows, or when you think they are, they're not.
Yep. Shaft is an interesting being. God bless him.
Yeah, and the girl that the coordinator was treating, wasn't that the girl from episode 1?
I don't think I don't believe so. I think that was just some random shit.
Or yeah, you might be right, but I thought she showed up that scene. Maybe I'm wrong though.
She could have. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen episode 1, but I because I feel like if it was the chick from episode 1, Tamaki would have said something more to her since they were like friends, right?
Well, oh no, not that chick. The chick they met in Kamihama City.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah, the chick.
Yeah, because she has long hair. She looks kind of like Homer. She's on screen right now, or was on screen.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, it could be her. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks since I've seen that first episode, unfortunately, but
yeah,
time will tell.
Or yeah, maybe.
Anyway, I'm excited to learn more about the coordinator, though. I think the coordinator is gonna be a really cool character.
Yeah,
I'm excited to learn more about all these different unique cast members. They all have very cool things about them.
And I definitely feel like the coordinator will tie into like the bigger mystery of what's going on in the city.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna come in handy when it comes to either the city or Ui or both.
Yeah, and she definitely has a lot of power, though maybe not in the way that the other magical girls do.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah. I mean, she definitely seems to be pretty powerful, although maybe not in like a battle role, but maybe more of a support role.
Yeah, and we don't even know if she is in fact a magical girl.
That's true. That's true. She could just be very educated on the whole subject. But heading into the battle, though, against the Chain Witch. So first we get introduced by the four transforming scenes.
Oh yeah, those are really cool.
The magical girl things. That was really cool. But the coolest part to me was like, so Momoko is like the leader of the group, and of course she's like the sun. Is like her thing, and like she's super fiery because she's all this full of like huge energy, just super fierce and strong.
Very like straightforward too.
Exactly, just going off the hinge. And then we have Rena, who had like a lot of snow going on in hers.
I thought Rena was the mirrors.
Rena did have mirrors, but like her actual soul gem transformation thing was like snow based.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's right.
Yeah, so her power is like has mirrors in it, but like the actual transformation itself was like her soul, like they're like little soul gem pieces or whatever. How Momoko's was like a red heart, hers was like a blue snowflake or like a little white snowflake.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that was kind of interesting because so far we've seen, especially in this episode, Rena portrayed as like this very like cold-hearted, like I don't want friends, like very
that does make sense.
Character and stuff. So it's kind of cool that she was the snow. And then Yachiyo was the moon, because she, so far she's dark, mysterious, like the nighttime. We don't know a whole lot about her. So I think those three introductions themselves kind of explain each character a little bit. There wasn't a huge overall theme to Tamaki's that I picked up on.
No, Tamaki was when she was like jumping off the window or off the building, and then like she embraced her magical girl side.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because she like jumped, she like tried to reach out for the cloak and stuff to pick it up. So.
Yeah, that's actually why I wonder if she got her power from Ui. Like, the power is not hers to begin with. It's not coming out of her like it is the other girls. That's
true, yeah. She's not... She's, like, putting it on, not really transforming into it.
Yeah, and maybe the building was, like, the hospital that she was jumping off of to transform.
Yeah.
So, I feel like... Yeah, I definitely feel like there's some meaning there that we don't quite see yet.
Yeah. Obviously, I think everybody knows, and everybody on the whole side of the internet talking about Magia Record right now knows how important Ui is to the story. We don't know how she's important, but we know that she is going to be like the focus, the important person at the end. Just like in Madoka Magica, everybody knew that Madoka was eventually going to be useful and be important.
Eventually she'd be a magical girl, we just didn't know quite how. And I think I have a theory about Ui that I don't know if I've said before. Mm-hmm. But what if she is the younger kyubey?
That's true, yeah. So that could be a thing for sure, especially because the young kyubey keeps like disappearing and stuff. You never.
Yeah, like she shows up quickly, helps Tamaki or someone, and then disappears. So I could definitely see if it is Ui, she'd want to help Tamaki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I liked what you said about Tamaki kind of embracing the magical girl power, and how it may not actually be her. It may not have been hers to begin with, but we somehow transferred it to her or something.
Yeah, which we have no idea if that's even possible, but it does not seem impossible, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Shaft and Madoka, especially as like a series as a whole, there's nothing that's off the table.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so it could definitely happen, and we'll see if it does, or if I'm completely wrong, which I probably am.
Yeah. So then we eventually get to the actual witch fight itself. Past the transformations, they're fighting the witch. It's going great, awesome. Then we see Rana transform into Momoko, and she's talking about how much as Momoko, she's like, "Don't you hate Rana?" And then she asks Momoko and Tamaki and everybody, and it was like, "Aren't you Momoko?" But it was actually Rana transformed, because apparently Rana gets sad and transforms into Momoko. Without watching the episode, what I'm saying makes no sense.
Exactly. I feel like it doesn't make sense even watching the episode. Like, I feel like I should have rewatched it, even though I just watched it today.
It's like, Rana can transform how she looks. So apparently whenever she gets sad, she turns into Momoko, and she like changes her appearance to look like Momoko. And then she's talking, as she's appearing as Momoko, saying, "Don't you hate Rana?" And then she's like asking the people in the room, she's like, "Tamaki, don't you hate Rana? Momoko, don't you hate Rana?" And then they're like, "But you are Momoko." But she's not.
Or no, wasn't she asking, don't you hate Rana? And so, but she was disguised as Momoko and she did it, or was that it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, this is the confusing part.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Anyway, so then Rana and... Rana and Kaede end up meeting up on like this big staircase leading up to the bell that looks to be what would be like the final.
That's like the witch's core.
They meet up and they decide to unite their friendship, but not really. But then they do, and then they use friendship powers to hold hands and make all these mirrors show up, because Runa's a badass, dude. That attack was awesome. She summons like 30 mirrors, and like, they shoot one of them and it bounces around.
Yeah, it's like the attack is like reflected and strengthened because of the mirrors, and then it hits the witch's core and destroys it, at least in theory.
Yep. And then she also summons like the other bunch of mirrors and just stands in one of them, and she's reflected into all of them, and then she shoots one arrow and out come 300.
I feel like the mirrors are there just because Shaft wants to do cool things with them.
It really is. Shaft just wants to flex on everybody, and that's okay.
Yeah, like I feel like they knew that they were going to be making this anime, so when they were making the game, they said, "Oh, by the way, can you give Rana mirror powers? We have some cool ideas."
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Shimbo told us that in his interview too. Yeah. So one of the things I found really interesting was like Rena's sort of apology to Kaede, like saying like, "I want you back, but I hate you. I don't want to be friends," and all that. And it just showed how complicated their relationship is. Like, you can tell Rena does care about Kaede. She wants her to be fine and everything, and she feels guilty for all this. But at the same time, she does not like want to be friends, though. At least that's what she's saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Kaede and Rena's gonna be. We keep going back to them. They're gonna be like a very interesting friendship to follow throughout the series. I'm pretty excited to see where it goes from here.
Right. And I definitely think it's how the show is, like, every episode is, like, has this idea about friendship and its importance, but it's getting, like, more and more twisted or more complicated.
Yep. Just, like, real human friendships and relationships. It's awesome.
Exactly. Like, they're people that you love, but those same people you want to throw out a window, like, half the time.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's how Jordan feels about me.
All the time.
Okay, it is all the time, not just half. Yeah, good to know. I'll look out for open windows. Alright, so yeah, the battle ended, and then we found something weird is that the witch did not drop a grief seed, and they theorized that maybe it isn't actually a witch.
Yeah, which is really, really interesting. So, all throughout the last episode, excuse me, I guess it's episode 2, not really the first episode, but the last episode they kept calling it the Chain Witch.
Or the Chain Monster.
Yeah, the Chain Monster, Chain Witch, whatever it was.
Well, they switched between the two names, if they're talking as the magical girls or as people.
Mm-hmm. But, and then we get to this episode and they're doesn't drop a grief seed. And they're like, well, it must not be a witch then if it's not dropping a grief seed.
It also didn't act like how a witch would, because you cannot lure a witch out with something like that.
Mm-hmm. There also wasn't a labyrinth until right when it showed up.
Right.
So then we learned that apparently if a rumor's requirements are met enough, then there's enough magic happening to where the actual rumor itself can become magical and become true or something?
I don't know if it's just the case of this witch or if that can happen with others or a not-witch.
I don't remember exactly how they explained it, but it was basically like it must just be that like if the rumor becomes true, then like it'll show itself in its true form. I don't know. It was a very weird Shaft-esque explanation.
Yeah, so maybe
that works while you're watching it, but if you don't know the exact wording, it makes no sense otherwise.
Exactly. We should go like rewatch it so the episode will make sense.
Honestly.
Okay, and then we had one girl jump off the roof when they were done. I did not remember which girl that was. Maybe that was
Yashio just dipped off the roof.
Okay, so that was her. I mean, that's
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, because she wasn't transformed still.
Not even like moved at all. I was like, why is this normal to you?
Exactly, because it's normal to jump out a window, but not jump off a roof.
Yeah.
Okay,
what do I get? Come on.
Yeah, that's just weird. Then we have the hospital did remember Toko and Nemu, who are Ui's friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely feels like they will be important to the story. We'll get back to them at some point, eventually, maybe.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see where they go with Toko, Nemu, and Ui. I feel like those three are going to be like a together trio that we're going to keep getting updates on. That'll like, I'm guessing before the intros or like right in like the middle, like for the mid-roll, we're going to see like a 2-minute or like 1.5 minute thing of just those three in their hospital room.
Oh, yeah.
Like going over stuff more and more each time, like different experiences, I guess. And even like stuff that doesn't seem significant now, but like at the last episode, I'm like, don't you remember when we did like the truck thing with the perpetual moving machine and all this stuff? And you're like, oh, that was all so important. It all matched together.
And I wonder if we'll just keep getting dreams from Tamaki about Toko and Nemu and Ui. It's just like fleshing out what happened to them through the dreams.
Exactly.
So that definitely seems likely. So yeah, I think we've covered basically the entire episode except for the after credits scene.
Mommy came back.
Yes, and then we were all very confused, and then Jordan sent me weird messages expressing his surprise.
Dude, Greg was like, there's a very important after credits scene. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll just watch that. And I had no idea it was going to be Mommy or like any original cast.
Yeah, because when I watched it...
Up until Mommy showed up, I was 100% sure that this had taken place years after Madoka Magica, years after Rebellion, like...
Well,
a couple of years after.
It still might have.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because I was watching myself, I got to the end, and I was like, is there enough time for an after credits scene? I'm not sure, I'll check just to see. And then, wait, Mommy? What's going on?
Yeah.
So yes,
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, so the reason why Mommy showed up apparently is that Kamihama City is too every time kyubey tries to enter, it goes unconscious. I say it because no one knows what kyubey is. It's a kyubey.
Exactly.
So every time it tries to enter the city, it goes unconscious. So he's like, I need a really powerful magical girl. And Mommy's like, so you chose me, the one who got its head bitten off in episode 3. And he's like, yep, you're the one. And here we
sure,
are.
Why not? Well, I mean, what other girl would he be able to get? Or it, whatever gender we decide kyubey is.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm really excited to see Mommy back because this, not only was she one of my favorite characters from the original show, but I also just really like the idea that the rest of the magical girls from the original Madoka Magica could make like appearances, whether it's only for a couple episodes or throughout the series. Could definitely lead to some really cool parts, like seeing. I feel like we could see like a Yachio and Homura together battling against something, and that'd be really cool because they're like both like these like really quiet,
like dark and foreboding characters, sort of too.
Yes, exactly.
And I feel like
I love them.
We should have Mommy and Momoko fight together too, just because like they're like the straightforward hero leader, all that.
Yep, and then Rena and Kyoko, and then you have Kaede and Sayaka doing it up, and then you have obviously Tamaki and Madoka. I mean, there are parallels between this main cast and the maid cast of the original Madoka Magica series, and it's really, really easy to spot. So if Mommy's coming back, I wouldn't be super surprised. I wouldn't be super surprised to see the rest come back as well.
Well, yeah, let's talk about the timeline a little bit too, like where this could take place in the whole grand scheme of things. Because like it could not have taken place between the series itself and Rebellion, because that's when Madoka rewrote the world and they're no longer witches.
Yep.
So unless they were somehow still there, so it could not have been there. So that means this either had to take place before Madoka or after Rebellion. And I don't think it'd be
after Rebellion. Mommy was still dead though, right? Because
I don't think so. Did we see her?
I haven't seen Rebellion in like 3 or 4 years. I honestly don't remember how the world was after it ended.
Yeah, well,
I don't remember if like Mommy came back or not.
Well, it was when Homura reset the world, and she basically took the powers from Madoka, so she was living a normal life. But in that case, Kyubeys were basically Homura's servants to like take care of the grief or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So I also don't think it could be that. So that would mean this would have to take place before Madoka, or at least before Mommy met Madoka and Sayaka.
Yeah, this would have to be before Madoka, or during Madoka, but before episode 3 so far.
Or during one of the other timelines when Homura kept resetting time. So it could also... Yeah. So we've limited it a bit, but still...
We've tried to limit it, is what it is. We've tried our best, but Shaft has, shafted us. So
exactly.
You can't really tell where we are.
Yes, we don't know where, we don't know when, we have no idea what's going on. But what from Mommy was saying, it does sound like Kamihama City and the city she's from are close enough where the witches could be drawn from her city to there.
Yep.
So there's that. It's like someone is gathering witches there for some reason.
Yeah, they said they're trying to monopolize the grief seeds because as a magical girl, you need the grief seeds to keep your soul gem pure so that you stay alive, or else you'll turn into a witch yourself. So if someone monopolizes them, they can just create infinite life for themselves while killing off the rest of the magical girls they don't care about. It will still keep themselves and their friends alive, so maybe that's why they're doing it. But
yeah.
I think that's going to be like the main villain towards the end of the show. It's going to be whoever's trying to monopolize it. Yeah. Or I could see that being like Ui or something, like in some crazy Shaft twist. Ui turns out to be the villain all this time.
I could see that being a Madoka level twist, making like the main character have to fight her sister.
Yeah. So hey, it could happen. I'm pretty, I'm excited for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're all fans of this show as a whole.
Yeah, there's a reason that we decided when this is coming out, okay, this is a perfect topic for our channel. Another question I have is, like, how much do the kyubeys know about the city? Because, like, the one with Mommy knew that I can't go into here, otherwise I'd go unconscious. But does the kyubey with Tamaki know that?
I don't. Well, we haven't heard that like he can't enter that city, but like Tamaki was talking to him about like the girls that she met there and how much more powerful the witches are, and he's like, yeah, I don't know if a younger kyubey is like roaming around here. But
I'm wondering if he knows that he cannot enter it, or if that's only the kyubey that's with Mommy that cannot enter it.
Yeah, it may just be the only one with Mommy knows, or whatever. Because I mean, the odds are he hasn't tried it. He hasn't tried to go in.
We also don't know like how linked they are mentally. Because in Madoka, it seemed like when Homer killed one, the other one just picked right up, and it was as if they are no different.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll learn more about kyubey because of how weird they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all the notes I had. Any other like final thoughts on the episode?
I don't think so. The only things I wrote down were I just have like a list of character names so I can keep them straight in my head. All I added onto the notes this week were Rena had like snow in hers. Momoko was the leader chick and she has the sun. Yachio is the moon chick, and then I have Mami Tomoe, and then the queen is back in all capitals. So,
of course she did.
I mean, we got to discuss pretty much everything. I mentioned how I liked how they did the transformation scenes. We even touched on Tamaki's a little bit. I think this episode, while answering a few questions and solving one plot line, has then laid out another 1,000 questions and another 30 plot lines.
Exactly. They answer 2 questions, raise 1,000,000 more.
So, exactly. I mean, we'll see what happens. Shaft is a very, very talented studio. I'd be surprised if they do anything but greatness with this.
Exactly.
Madoka as a whole is a great like series or like idea for shows, or whatever. So I'm very excited to see where Magia Record goes.
Yeah, and plus I love any Dark Magic Girl show, so I'm guaranteed to like this one.
Exactly. I mean, so far this has been an awesome show. I'm very excited to see how this turns out as we keep progressing throughout the weeks.
I think it's just cool.
On the edge of my seat every week.
I think it's just cool that we get to watch something new for Madoka every week now after it's been out for so long. It's like really weird.
When I first watched it was already all out, so now I get to rewatch, or I get to watch a Madoka series as it's coming out, which is kind of cool.
That's how I feel like it, with a certain Scientific Railgun having its 3rd season, despite it being like a 10-year-old show.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I might be doing a podcast on that one too. So go. So wrapping up, go check out our channels and the links if you want to see more from us. If we actually do more anime stuff, which we haven't really recently.
Yeah, I need to. I'm still trying to write a script for a couple shows. Hoping to have a video out here pretty soon. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and I will be doing something, maybe just more gameplay let's plays of Danganronpa, because that's also fun, and I have no idea what's going on.
Exactly. All right, well, go check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Mal. Check us on YouTube. Go follow me on Twitch. And I think that's all we have for you guys today. Oh, Jason will hopefully be back next week. I know he said that last week as well. But this week he has overslept, and with Greg going out of town on Tuesday, we weren't able to make it work out on a Wednesday this week, so Jason had to miss this one as well.
So we'll hopefully be back next Sunday with the next episode, because I'm also traveling in the week after that. So we'll be back sometime. Follow our Twitters. We'll announce it.
Yep. All right, you guys. Well, take it easy. Have a great rest of y'all's week. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching.